Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is the Daily Tarot for Monday, the 3rd of January 2022. I've shuffled, so I will cut. I don't know why I find that so delightful. It's just mad. I was born in 1965. So dates like 2022 just sound like something out of space, 1999. Anyway, right, I've cut. This is a major arcana reading. A Hierophant in the reverse, Anarchy, Justice in the reverse, ooh, and the Empress again. Now look, the Empress was around over the weekend, wasn't she? Okay, now if I remember rightly, the weekend reading for the New Year weekend had Justice in the upright. I can't remember what the other one was. Can't remember. Anyway, we've got Justice in the reverse here, and we've got the Hierophant in reverse. So this is a real feeling of a kind of, I don't know, a rebellion, a riot. I don't know, but something very against the order of things. The Hierophant represents top-down hierarchies, and not just top-down hierarchies of sort of worldly power. That's more the Emperor and worldly sovereignty. This is about spiritual sovereignty, and it's spiritual sovereignty in the context of a hierarchy. Okay, so there's your man at the top, right, and everyone else comes below him in varying degrees of belowness. Right, so this is card number 5, again very, very early, is when we decide what is most important to us in terms of the moral structure of our lives and how we conduct ourselves within the world as a moral entity. I mean, morality and spirituality, they're very, very bound up with each other. And, I mean, you know, there could be a case for saying that the Pope, and I don't mean the Pope specifically, but I mean like the head honcho, if he's kind of climbed his way up the greasy pole of a hierarchy to get to the top, who knows what sort of compromises he has engaged in to get there. Just saying. Okay, and that's part of why, just as a little aside, that's part that is something that I really value in the Tibetan Buddhist system. Being a Tibetan Buddhist myself, it's been nearly 2 years now, is that the people at the top of the tree, or the person at the top of the tree, the Dalai Lama at the top of the tree, didn't get there by climbing a structure. He got there because he was identified as the Dalai Lama when he was about like 2.5 or something. So it's a very, very different approach. Anyway, all that to say, it's on its head. So the order of the collective aspect of the spiritual and the moral is on its head today. Now, Justice in the reverse. I'm seeing this today as an absence of accountability, an absence of leadership, and a kind of covering up. I see that there's an absence of leadership there as well. A covering up of the matter of cause and effect, and a general sort of muddying of the waters. Now, what I'm interested in is the relationship between this thing about accountability and responsibility and leadership and lack thereof, because a good leader will never, ever blame somebody else for a mistake. Ever. They will find some other way that serves the collective because they are a good leader to encompass and grow from and acknowledge what's gone wrong. A bad leader will find someone else to blame. Okay, so we've got an absence of leadership here on the collective and on the individual here. But I think the link between these two things is very, very strong. The absence of individual leadership is a reflection of the upending and the on its headness of the hierarchy of leadership here. And this is a moral matter. I mean, ultimately, just about everything is a moral matter. But I think there's a gross failure of leadership here and a gross failure and refusal to be accountable. And that is a problem. Have no fear, especially it's a problem at the moment, is it not, my friends? Okay. Have no fear. Nature is doing her work, all right? Things are growing as they should, and that's all they ever do. Even if they throw up results that we personally don't particularly like, there is a natural order to things, okay? So like the moral order and the human order and the order of hierarchy and leadership is it's just gone to the dogs in this reading today. Nature is all we have thus far in this reading. And as I say, have no fear, because all is as it should be. Mama Shakti here doesn't make mistakes. She only deals with reality. And as I say, that doesn't mean we always get what we want, but we do get what is real. Okay, so there's an underlying reality and truth underneath this unholy mess here. There is an underlying truth of the natural order of things unfolding as it should, in accordance with reality. Okay, let's move on. The Magician, how wonderful. The Sun, how wonderful. And Temperance in the reverse. Okay. What I'm seeing here is, do go ahead. What this reading is saying to me, the invitation on the table, do go ahead with whatever it is you want to do. Whatever you can do, do it. Okay? And within that is the natural light of the sun. The lights might be going off all over the place, all right? The lights controlled by switches. I'm seeing the sun here so beautifully linking up with the emperors here. You know, it doesn't matter if the lights don't work when you switch them on. Big light in the sky is still there, okay? So whatever it is you want to do, and whatever it is, it's even below that. It's not even about wanting, because that comes a little bit later in the cycle. This is about the unending capacity for action and for manifestation. Right? We're not even thinking about what we want in the Magician card. We just know that we can. All right? We can. It doesn't matter what sort of shenanigans and messy, mucky stuff is going on here. The human spirit cannot be blocked from its own capacity. And that is part of the natural order. What wondrous creatures we are. Okay, so the final card topping this out, Temperance in the reverse. This is the absence of, I would say, a kind of foot on the brake. All right? You do not need, in the context of this reading today, to cover the brake as you move forward. You don't need to. And I mean, the instinct in the face of this is to cover the brake and think, right, oh God, you know, perhaps, you know, conditions are such that it's not a suitable environment in which to be making stuff happen. And that's the card of making stuff happen. The Magician. don't buy in too hard to that, because, well, it's basically saying you don't need to, all right? You don't need to, because this force is so much stronger than this, so much stronger. And I mean, you might not want to go rushing out and sort of open a new business or like sign a lease on a new building or this, that, or the other. But yeah, bottom line is, whatever happens in the shenanigans of duct responsibility and the awful effects that can come for the collective of that failure and absence of leadership, whatever goes on with that, Mama Shakti never, ever, ever gets it wrong. So there is the room to have some confidence here and to not need to sort of hold everything in and sort of keep a tight hold on the flow of life. There is space, my friends. So have faith, have confidence, and trust in nature, because nature never, ever, ever gets it wrong, whether you like the upshot or not. That's a separate issue. Right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.